Mm.
It's just so weird. That happens at every single week. But they're giving
I know it's an awful where it's at. Okay.
Oh, those dogs. But the other dogs. Like those dogs.
Hey, boys. I'm going to need you to move from there.
Come up a little quick.
Yeah, just come up or go, well, yeah, this front row right there. You guys are blocking the corner. Thank
Am I
you.
going to be okay?
Your face will be in it when it's deep in the corner, but you're fine otherwise.
I don't want to.
Yeah, it's just not a great rink to. Maybe up in that little area would be better, but I don't know. It is what it is. Had that moment this morning. I've been like so many places with all the kids lately.
Yeah.
I had the alarm went off and I'm just like, where am I? Why am I here?
Yeah.
What am I doing? Yeah.
I used to travel for work all the time. I would get up and look at the hotel and like look at with the area code and like the name of the city I was in.
Why am I here? What am I doing? Yes. Okay. I'm not. I get it. Yeah. I mean, I guess I could go up, huh? But then I'm in everyone else's way.
I mean, I think nobody's gonna. There's nowhere to sit. Can you get down one?
Yeah. But then, like, this is, like, in the way.
Does it have a little up rope?
Yeah.
Or is that as far as it goes?
No.
All this team is doing is snapshots. Or slow.
Sure. Yeah. What about
I know.
you want me to move the bottom ones up?
Yeah. Oh, those are. I'm like, why isn't it moving up? There we go.
There. How high do you want?
I don't know. Let's look. Actually, that might be good. Yeah, where it's at right now. Do you have them all locked?
Okay, they're all three locked.
Yeah, I mean, the post is a little bit in the way, but I think it's still better. Am I in your guys' way too much?
No.
Okay.
Of course not.
I'd rather let everyone else see it than, you know, like.
I
look
mean,
around
it is what it is.
Exactly.
We got something.
Yeah.
We got something. Although now when it's like, I don't know, I lose like all of this. I might
I
just,
think we're just gonna have to get like, you know, work like 80% of the range.
you know what?
You know what I mean?
We're just gonna go manual. It's fine. Let's,
You're gonna put it away.
yeah.
Are you sure you're?
Yeah, I usually do it this way anyway. I'm fine.
All the way put it. Put it all the way up.
Yeah, I'm not going to use it, I don't think. Hopefully you all aren't getting sick at home. I'm just trying to figure out the best way. And there's really no great way because here's the rink. Here's a wall. Here's the far corner. Here's the 3 rows of seats that we get to sit in. It's a gorgeous rink. There's 2 sheets of ice, and it's warm up here. There's where the other team's sitting. And if I lean over really good, I can get the far corner right here. So I'm just going to do the best that I can in order to get everything. And I think that's probably where I should be, but there's a bunch of kids now sitting up there. Hey. Yeah, maybe. I know. There's like a bunch of kids up there. Let's see. If I can go. They're just sitting. I think that's going to be a better spot, though. Here we go. We're taking everyone on a fun... We're going to see if there's a better spot. Sorry. See, it's a nice rink. Lots of great stuff. Hi. Okay.
I didn't hear you.
Okay. Let's see if we can get in right here. Boy. Would you guys mind terribly if I'm like streaming if I like snuck in here? There's really no good spot to... Thank you. Sorry. I'll be like kind of talking throughout the game. Okay, friends, here we are in Glenview. I think that we have our perch of where I'm going to be. I have ditched the tripod in favor of trying to get the most optimal picture of the ice. Looks like we have Teeswood Ross on offense, Cheryl and Gabby on defense, and Genevieve in goal. 16-minute stop clock, and we're off against Wisconsin. It's in the corner, centering cross, that's picked off. Wisconsin's going to take it into neutral zone with speed. This game has already started off very much straight out of the gates with some intense speed. Wisconsin brings it into the O zone. Wisconsin has it. Cheryl's going to take it into the corner. Tease picks it up behind the net. She's got company. Cheryl takes it. At Ross's feet. Cheryl picks it up again. Dinks it off the boards. Wood loses an edge. Wisconsin brings it back into our O zone. Cheryl's under pressure. Wisconsin already changes their lines. Still in the zone. Avery's in. She picks it up, backhands it up off the boards, and that goes and is deflected into the defensive zone of Wisconsin. They cross it. Good breakout to their center. They have some speed. First shot, block save. Another block save. And Genevieve gloves that and picks it up. Face off in our defensive zone. Audrey with the face-off. Lucy with a good breakout and opportunity, overskates that one. Good defensive play. And now here comes Wisconsin. They do an early shot against Genevieve. Pad save, deflected. Grace has it behind the net. Breakout to Lucy. Lucy skates it, looks for tees. That's intercepted. Wisconsin brings it back in. Takes on the boards. Avery's there to disrupt. And Genevieve seals that with her glove. .45 left in the first. Score is 0-0. This is a stop clock. Woodruss tees in right now on offense, and Gabby and Cheryl on D. Centering cross. That one's deflected. Ross tries to pick it up, but still in our defensive zone. That one's deflected by Tees. She tries to bank it off the board. She does successfully. Zoe picks it up, but Addie takes over. Good shot and glove save. Tees with the face-off. Gann and Cowan in the back. Woodruss tees. And Genevieve in goal. That goes to Gann. She looks. Good shot. And that one's squeezed between the pads. And we'll do it again. Tees with the face-off. Goes to Gann. She loads. That one's deflected off Tees' knee. She tries to grab that, but Wisconsin comes out with speed through the neutral zone. That one's flung around the yellow to their winger on the other side. Tees picks it up behind the net. And loose in the crease, they turn and shoot. Genevieve sticks it away, and then she's able to cover it for a face-off in our defensive zone. We're going to change it up. Audrey, Leighton, Wright, Van Bergen, Larson, Bushhouse on defense. Audrey with the face-off. That one goes out to their D. They load up. Tumbler, that goes wide. They try the wraparound. They try 2 wraparounds, and the second one goes in. All right, so 12:34 left in the first. Storm is down 1-0. Audrey with the face-off. That goes to Wisconsin. They find their forward. They're going to bring it in. They dish it off. They find someone behind the net. Push it back out to their forward. Push it out to their person behind the net. Clearly have some good shape and some plays that they are disciplined in running. Goes in front of the net. Avery's there. She pushes it wide. They chip it over the net. They're going wide. They chip it across the boards. They have someone behind the net. They take it. That one's picked off, but then taken away with a shot pad save by Genevieve. Storm trying to get it out of the zone. It's in the neutral now. They push it back to their D. That one's picked off. And Lucy brings it in. Cunningham in with the pressure in the neutral zone outside the blue line. That one's going to go all the way back. Gabby's going to pick it up. She gets it again, and she has to take it around the other side. She banks it off the boards. That goes to their D. And out of play. 11:02 left in the first. Still a lot of hockey to play. Storm is down 1-0. Tees with the face-off. We have Cunningham Bradshaw on the wingers, along with Gannon Cowan on D. Goes back to Gann into the neutral. She banks it off the boards, looking for Cunningham. That one goes underneath her stick. Wisconsin dumps it dangerously in front of the net. Deflects. It's up against the near boards. Still battling against the boards. And Tease is able to chip it into neutral where she's in pursuit. She's able to take that one off. She's going to get a look. Oh, backhand. Oh, usually that one goes in, but just off the outside of the far post. But she had the goalie beat 100%. Open net. Well, that's good to know. That's for next time that she definitely had the goalie beat. Should that opportunity arise again, I think we'll see that. Okay. So Storm settling in. We have Bushhouse Larson on defense. Zoe Ross taking a face-off with Wood and Lucy. On offense. Good hustle. She's taking a beating over there, but no call. And here comes Wisconsin into the neutral zone. They're going to dump it. It's going to take a ride around the yellow to the other side where Larson's there to pick it up against the yellow. Slap shot, and that one's sticked away by Genevieve. Grace has it. She sends it behind the boards. Tucks the net. Wisconsin has it. They're going to try for that wraparound again. That one's disrupted by Avery. Sent up the boards. Not able to get it out of the zone, but they send it back in. Grace sends it up into neutral. Wood is in pursuit. Shot wide. Goes up the boards. Avery sends it up. Looking for a winger for a breakout. Unsuccessful. They have it behind the boards. Good centering cross. Bunch of noise in front of the net. Clear it. D-man loads up, looking for a deflection. That one goes wide. They have it on the winger. They pass it behind the net to their other winger, to their forward. Clean shot on Genevieve. Save. Loose puck in front of the net, and she's able to clear that. And we're going to get a switch. All right, looks like we have Riley Chucky on defense. Audrey with a face-off with, let's see who's on offense. I think it's Wright and Van Bergen. Audrey has it. She's skating it in. Goes around one. She tries to cross it to Van Bergen. She's going to pick it up deep in the corner. Wisconsin sends it around. Centering cross. Take it at the blue. No offsides on that one, but probably could have been called. They center it and bank it off the boards into the neutral. Chucky sends it back in. That goes directly to their D, and they're going to skate it out. and dump it in. That one's banked off the boards. Riley's going to pick it up. She hits right. She's pinned up against the boards by the blue line. That goes into neutral. They switch to point of attack. Nice pass to their other D-man, and they hit their forward. And we're going to dump it in off of the boards. And for icing. So face-off in our defensive zone. 7:13 left in the first. Storm is down 1-0 against Wisconsin. Off of a second attempt wraparound goal. Wisconsin has had a lot more shots. We had one really good opportunity with Adetis on a break. Totally had the goalie beat, but pounded the puck off of her move off of the outside far post. Cunningham has it in neutral, battling against the boards. That goes back to their D-man. She comes up, disrupts. Bradshaw dumps it in. Cunningham in pursuit. Wisconsin's going to bring it back. They dump it around the yellow. It's almost picked up, and Gabby comes up and steps up. White has it again. They're going to find their breakout on the boards. Addie with some good pressure. Gann in the back. She's going to pick that up, take it around the net, and look to reset and take it herself with some speed through the neutral. She's pushed away to the outside, and two players come over. Tease keeps it in and dumps it in the corner, looking for a change. It's flung around the yellow and unable to keep that one in. Cheryl loads up, but fans on that one, not quite getting all of it. And unable to keep it in. Leighton's in chase. Ross comes off the bench in pursuit, helping out the D as we're all on a change. Avery and Grace in on defense right now. Zoe gets pinned up against the boards. Leighton wants a checking call on that one, but not going to get it. Wood is able to keep it in. Leighton's there for help against the boards. Wood battles. That one tumbles. Goalie comes out and then sticks that away. Unable to keep that one in. That's dumped back to Larson, to Bushhouse, back to Larson. She fans on the pass. Goes back to the board. She tries to spin and chuck it up the boards, but that one's unsuccessful. She battles behind the net. And they try centering cross, rejected by Bushhouse. And that one comes out into neutral where Wisconsin resets. D to D twice. They find their breakout to their winger. Offsides. 4:49 left in the first. Storm is down 1-0. Tease with the face-off. Right Van Bergen on offense. And Gann Cowan on defense. That one goes back to Tease. She hits Cowan. Cowan banks it off the boards to right. White picks it up. Quick D to D and an outlet to their winger. And it's back in our zone. Tease picks it up, goes in front of the net. She finds Wright, who looks for Van Bergen, but finds the defense. And here comes Wisconsin again. Nice give and go by White, and they fling it around. They're looking for a centering cross. Tease rejects that. She's up against the boards, along with Cowan Van Bergen, and that finally goes into our offensive zone. They bank it off the boards, find their center, and they're going to dump that in with an aggressive dump and deflection that goes to the other side. Gabby's there. She picks it up. White's on a line change. She banks it off the boards, looking for Wright. Unsuccessful. Gann's going to have it. She's going to take it behind the net. She dumps it. She finds Van Bergen. Van Bergen finds Wright. And White has it off of Genevieve with a rebound attempt. Unsuccessful. That tumbles, little rainbow, but Gann swats it down. Is able to play it out and finally able to get it out of our defensive zone. White has it. They recycle back to their D, put it back up to their forward. Genevieve is going to settle that with her stick. Gann picks it up. That goes to the side where Monahan has it, and she battles on the boards. She's looking for a centering cross, but she has 3 White right on her. Layton's there. White picks it up. Avery in the neutral zone. She backhands it. Layton picks that one up and finds Cunningham. She's going to skate it in. She puts it towards net. That one's deflected. Goalie has to stick that away. They're able to get it into neutral. Avery literally hits Larson. Cunningham's there to battle. Larson picks it up. Pinned against the boards. Larson, tries to put it across the ice, but that one's picked off. Block save. Larson picks it up, puts it against the boards, but they're going to call a penalty. They're going to get Avery for a trip on that, which is unfortunate. 2:13 left, minute 30 penalty kill. Looked like she was going for the puck, but got some skate too. And Storm is on a penalty kill for the first penalty of the game today. Looks like we have Tees, Cowan, Gann out there with Wood. Oh, broken stick off of the face-off, so we're on 4v4 right now. She drops her stick even though she was carrying it off the ice, which is ridiculous. Icing, and we're going to pick up the broken twig. .155 left in the first, 1:12 left on the Storm penalty kill. Storm is down 1-0. Tees wins the face-off. That one sneaks past Wisconsin and goes into neutral zone. They recycle it back to the other side. Cheryl tries to pick it up, but goes into Wisconsin. That one goes across the net. No one's home on either team. They try a centering cross, rejected by Gann. They try another centering cross off of their skate. Goes out into the corner. Lifts stick. Wisconsin tries to bank it off the boards to their D-man. Battle against the boards. Storm still unable to clear. Up against the yellow. They come away with it. It's on their backhand. Centering cross. That one goes wide. They try another wraparound. And successful. 2-0, Wisconsin, 1:07 left, and that was on a penalty kill. Layton with the face-off. Right, dumps it in, goes behind. Wisconsin has it. They reverse and bank it off the boards. They find their forward. Bushhouse has it. She's beaten along the boards. Good shot. Genevieve centering cross. Their forward still has it. They take it behind the net where they have someone stationed. D-man picks it up, loads up, sends it Genevieve, block save. The outlet pass to Layton. Leighton looks for Van Bergen, but that goes off of White's skate into the neutral, and they dump in their forward, and White has the line change. 5 seconds left. That goes into the corner. And end of the first period. Storm is down 2-0. Okay, entering into the second period. 60-minute stop clocks. Storm is down 2-0. Glenview, the Illinois team, or not Glenview, sorry, North Shore Warhawks and Cyclones are playing on the other sheet behind us. And one of the parents from Wisconsin just said that Cyclones are up 1-0 at the end of that period. Storm is down 2-0. Definitely had one great opportunity with T's 1-on-1 with the goalie. But other than that, it's been pretty tilted in Wisconsin's favor. T's wins the face-off, dumps it off with some speed. Ross on one side, T's on the other. Battle in the corner. Wisconsin's able to break out, find their center, and they come to Gabby. She steps up. Gann's able to take it away, and offsides as that's pushed into neutral, and Wisconsin puts it back in a little prematurely. So Gann, Cowan, Ross Wood, Tees on offense. Genevieve in goal. They go D to D looking for their center. They find Gann. Gann chips it up to Wood. Cowan intercepts. Goes off of a skate. Goes back to Gann. She's challenged, and Tees picks that one up into the corner. She finds Ross, who's able to tip it. But Wisconsin defender has it. Goes back to Gann. She banks it off the boards, looking for Ross. That goes under her stick, but she's in pursuit. Wisconsin picks it up for no icing. They send it back. Cowan intercepts in neutral, but they're able to push it back. They're going to get a shot. That goes off the blocker, or a pad, rather, deflected to the other side. They backhand it into neutral, and they're going to skate it in for 2v2. They find their center. Good stick handle around, but unable to get a decent shot off. Genevieve covers it, and we'll have a face-off in our defensive zone. Riley Chucky on defense. with Bradshaw, Cunningham, Leighton on offense. Leighton with the face-off. Leighton face-off to Cunningham. Good shot on goal, but obviously unsuccessful. Cunningham picks it up in neutral. They send it back to their D. They find their winger. That goes off the boards. Riley puts it off, banks off the boards looking for Olivia. That's in neutral zone. And Bradshaw comes away with it. She's going to get a couple stick handles, looks for a shot. That one's intercepted. And here they come with speed through the neutral. It's a 1v3, but they stick handle around 1, 2, and are able to get a good shot. Pad saved by Genevieve. Another pad saved by Genevieve. I feel like this might be a highlight reel for her today. Bradshaw off the boards. Wisconsin picks it up. They skate it around the back to reset with speed. They bring it into neutral zone, skate around 1. Still skating. Riley goes for the poke check. They get a shot off and save by Genevieve. 13:27 left in the second period. Storm is down 2-0. Bushhouse Larson on defense with Van Bergen, Wright, and Tees on offense. Tees with the face-off, goes to Wright. She battles in the corner. Larson's going to pick it up behind. Wright loses her stick. Tees picks up, banks it to herself. It's a 2v2 going into our offensive zone. Oh, looking for a centering cross. Van Bergen just out of her reach. Tap that one in, but that far side's open if we get the goalie moving. Grace with the poke check. They're able to come away. Avery comes over, able to disrupt and get a deflected shot at least, and goes up and over. Tees banks it off the board. That's not going to go for icing. They pick it up behind the net with speed. They chip it up to their forward. They switch the point of attack successfully. Look for their center. Unsuccessful on that. We chip it up and offsides. Face off outside the Storm. Actually, outside the Storm offensive zone. Or center ice, actually. There we go. Leighton on the face-off. Monahan Ross on offense. And Gabby Cheryl on Z. Deflected shot goes wide. Ross goes to pick it up, back in the boards. Cheryl has it, deep in the corner. Banks off the boards, looking for Ross. She tries to chip it up to herself, unsuccessful. That one goes across our net. No one home. They're going to look for a cross. They go to their D, they load up, quick shot, but off of Ross's shin guards. They bank it, and now Ross has an opportunity with a 1v1 with a couple in pursuit, and Monahan with her. She goes for an early shot, that goes wide. Monahan almost on the rebound, but misses that, goes to Gabby, goes off shin guards, and now they have a opportunity, same kind of fashion, going back the other way. Cheryl is able to chase that one down into the corner. She's going to take it behind the net. She chips it to herself with some speed. Cunningham was there for support. She sends it across ice to Monahan. Monahan chips it in, and she's going to chase, but goes for a line change. Tees in pursuit in the back check as we're all on a line change. Luckily, they didn't hit their forward at the blue line. And on a quick counterattack, Wood has it. She takes it into the corner, backhand, looks for a centering cross, but it's deflected for another counterattack. A bunch of back and forth hockey right now. They stick handle once, twice. Avery poke checks away into the corner. She's digging. She's able to get that in the corner and to Wood. D-man loads up. Tips over Genevieve's glove and off the post and away. But looked like it was going to be easily handled, but that got exciting. Avery to Grace. Grace banks it up to our forward. It looks like Haley. Grace has it on her forehand, on her knees, gets a shot off, and that one's glove save on the far corner, or sorry, far post. We're going to change up the D lines, maybe. Yes, no, maybe so. Maybe the referee's not going to allow it. I have no idea what's going on.
Need one more.
So we're not allowed to change, but they are, and it took them a while to figure out how to get 5 people on the ice. Layton's upset because it's just kind of ridiculous that in the 1 minute that it took them to actually change, we couldn't change our lines. Avery banks it off the boards. Wisconsin brings it into neutral. Larson's in pursuit on the side. She's able to puck check that away. Wisconsin goes into the boards. It's up in the corner. Van Bergen has it pinned. Wisconsin comes away with a deflected shot off of Genevieve, and she's able to smother that. And now I guess we were able to get a line change.
Shooting, Albany!
9:49 left in the second. Storm is down 2-0. Tees with the face-off. That one's chipped towards the back corner. Can picks it up. She's going to switch it behind the net and switches it back. She's able to find an outlet to Wood. Tees has it on her stick. She's able to battle through. She's got it on her forehand. Looks for a cross. No one's home. Ross is there on the outside. Picks it up and banked off the boards. It's pinned up against the near boards, right outside of our blue line. Ross is in for support. There's 4 people down on the board. Don't know which way this is going to go. And finally it goes into neutral. Ortiz is waiting for it, and Gabby is able to backhand it in. They switch the point of attack in through the neutral zone. They skate it. They dump it in to the other corner. Gabby picks it up, looking for Ross. Ross is pinned up, and it's disrupted. Goes in through the neutral, and Tease is going to take it in with some speed. She gets tripped up with some stick-on-stick action. They're able to make a couple of good passes with their forward. It's on their forehand. They look for a shot or a cross, but that's intercepted. Cheryl's going to take it. She gets tripped up in the neutral, but no call. Ross is going to get a trip, I believe. And Storm has their first power play of the game with 8:25 left in the second. So we have all right, so we have Avery, Cheryl, Lucy. Okay. So we have the face-off outside the zone. Right, Van Bergen. Layton on the power play with Cheryl and Avery. That one's picked off by Van Bergen at the blue line. Wisconsin gets a good shot off, pad save Genevieve. That goes into the corner where Layton has it. Avery is looking for Van Bergen. It escapes her stick and goes around the corner. Avery pins her player. Cheryl's able to grab the puck and take it through neutral. She finds Van Bergen on one side, but Wisconsin's there to greet her. And they skate it through the neutral. Backhand, backhand, and so that's a shorthanded goal by Wisconsin. And they're going to change their goalie with 7:33 left in the second. Storm is down 3-0. And we're still on a power play for the next 35 seconds. Wisconsin dumps it in. Riley's gonna grab that. She breaks out to right. Unable to get out of her zone. They send it towards Genevieve. She stick pads it away. Riley picks it up behind the net, backhands it. And Bergen's there, so is Tees deep in the corner. Wisconsin grabs it on their forehand. They send it back to their D. Load shot off of the skate. Goes back. They're still in possession. They're able to backhand it. They send it back behind the net. Riley's got it. She's going to take it behind the net. Bring it around. Links it off the boards into neutral zone. And Cunningham off the bench is able to get it. Van Bergen has it. Quick shot. Deflected wide. Doesn't make it to goal. Goes behind the net. They find their other D-man. Chucky loads up, sends that one off of a skate, goes in that far near corner. Centering cross, that goes across the mouth of the goal, no one home. Goes across, Chucky has it, she sends it up the boards. Goes to their defense. They're going to skate it around, looking for a cross. That one's picked up by Larson. Quick shot, but deflected, and comes back the other direction. Smith able to disrupt that. Wisconsin has it. They had one player straddling the blue line for not offsides. Madison has it. She banks it off the boards to Wood. Wood stick handles around 2, and calling a cross check. And another penalty for Wisconsin. Storm is on a power play. Last time we had a power play, we got scored on, so we're going to look to move this in a positive direction. 5:12 left in the second. Storm is down 3-0. Tees, Gabby, Cheryl, and I can't see who the others are. Probably Van Bergen, right? Face off goes to Cheryl. Cheryl stick handles twice, sends it to Van Bergen, sends it to Tees. Shot deflected wide. Wright's gonna pick it up. She shovels it back. Oh, that goes under Cheryl's stick, and now they're on a counterattack. Tees is able to pick it up along with Van Bergen in pursuit. Cheryl has it through the neutral. She's going to load up. Decides to stop, put it on her backhand, looks for centering cross. Tees unable to pick it up. Now they're on a countering attack through the neutral. They look for a backhand pass. Tees intercepts and puts it to Wood, who overskates it on the boards, lifted stick, and now we're vying for possession. Girl gets dumped on the boards. Cheryl picks it up in our blue line. She's able to get it in and dump it, but we pop it back in. Leighton's out there as center with quick line change. Cheryl and Gabby still on defense. Wisconsin dumps it back in. It goes around to the other corner. They're able to keep it there. Cheryl uses her body to shield it. Leighton picks it up, sends it up to Cunningham. Wisconsin able to keep it in, but Leighton picks it up in neutral ice, and she's got 2 to beat with 1 on her backhand. She looks for a centering attempt. That one's picked off. And Wisconsin comes back with speed. Avery puck checks in the neutral. And it's tied up a little bit. And I think we're going to get a penalty. Or maybe it's offsides. Thought perhaps they might call a penalty on Cunningham since there was a little bit of contact against the boards. But all good. Just offsides. So face off outside of our defensive zone. Oh, no. Ross with the face off. Tees enters the ice. Bushhouse Larson on defense. And Bradshaw. Avery's going to pick it up in the corner. She chips it off the boards. Wisconsin's there to greet it. They're looking for centering cross. There's no one there other than Wisconsin at the doorstep of Genevieve, but that one goes off of her blocker and wide. They find their forward. It goes back behind. Avery has it. She hits Ross. Ross looks to chip it up. That's going to go wide of the net and icing. .222 left in the third. After this period, they are going to cut the ice again, so we will have a 5-minute intermission at least. And Storm will have some time to talk about it. But 2:20 left on this stop clock. Wisconsin has it behind the net. They're in clear possession, looking for a pass. They turn it around. They find their person behind the net. She brings it up. D-man comes and takes over. Nice little takeover pass there, but Storm disrupts it. Here comes Van Bergen into the neutral zone. Stick handles twice. It's on her backhand. On her forehand, shot goes wide. Picked up behind the net. Cowan's going to kick it up, but that goes to Wisconsin. They find their outlet pass in the neutral zone, and they're on a 1v1 with Riley. Riley's able to poke check that away, and Wood's there for support. Chips it up, but unable to clear the neutral, or into the neutral. Goes off of Gabby's skate. Shot deflected up and wide. Wisconsin has it, centering cross. They're able to pick it up. Riley picks up their weak attempt at a shot. Wright finds Van Bergen again into the neutral. It's on her forehand. That shot goes into a stick. Comes up to Leighton. She skates past it though. Cowan's able to come up, intercept, keep it in, but Wisconsin takes it through the neutral zone where they overskate it. They backhand it into the corner with 50 seconds left in the second period. Storm down 3-0. Monahan up in the corner along with Riley. Riley picks it loose. Monahan battling. Wisconsin in possession. D-man loads up. Nice shot. Pad save by Genevieve. Deflected shot, or deflection goes into the neutral zone. They're going to skate around the other side and reload. And Monahan picks that one off, skates it a little bit, and Wisconsin's able to dump it in with 16 seconds left. Goes deep into the corner, able to get that one wide. Monahan's battling, goes back into the corner with 7 seconds left. Riley's battling, that one goes behind the net. Tease picks it up. She has some company, and that's going to be the end of the second period. Storm is down 3-0. We have a locker room break and a Zamboni run, and so we will be back on the ice in 5 to 10 minutes. All right, fresh ice. 16 minutes on the stop clock. Storm is down 3-0. Entering into the third period. Tees on the face-off. Right Van Bergen, Gabby Cheryl, and Genevieve in net. Face-off 1 goes into our offensive zone. We pick it up. Weak pass. Right intercepts. Van Bergen flex in the center, but White picks it up for a counterattack into our offensive zone for either a two-line pass or offsides. I didn't see which one. I guess it's icing since it goes all the way back. Face off in our offensive zone. Tees with the drop. Right Van Bergen. Gan Cowan still. Right to Van Bergen. To Gan at the top. Unable to get it on her stick. Oh! Sends it forward. Tees picks it up. That one goes wide, and now it's in the corner for Van Bergen to make something of it. They switch it back. Good D-to-D pass behind the net. Gan reads that. Tries to stick handle around 3. That one's intercepted. Tees keeps it somewhat in the neutral zone with her skate. Dump it back in. And that's going to be icing. Face off in our defensive zone. 15:09 left in the stop clock third period. 3-0 Wisconsin lead. Leighton with the face off. Avery and Larson. Sticked away. Shot sticked away by Genevieve. Goes into the corner. They try to find Wood. It goes under her stick. Avery picks it up in the corner. She puts it around the yellow. Ross picks it up. Backhands it, but it's picked up by their D-man on the blue line. Unable to clear it. D loads up. Blocker save by Genevieve. They bank it in behind the boards. Off the yellow to their forward. Unable to handle it. Ross backhands it up the board, still unable to clear. They walk it in. Shot on Genevieve. She's able to corral that and smother it for a face-off in our defensive zone. 14:22 left in the third. Tees with the face-off. We have Riley and Gan in the back. Tees unable to clear that out of the neutral. We're still unable to clear it out of the neutral. Gan picks it up, stick handles around 1 off of White's skate. They pass it to their other forward behind the net, centering cross. Storm is able to get that into our neutral zone. Cunningham battles up against the boards. Banks it off the boards. Gan in pursuit, deep in the corner. She tries to skate it around, but White picks it up and is in possession. They're able to turn it around. Goes a little bit back and forth and goes wide of Genevieve. Pinned up against the boards. 2 Storm players back in the corner. That one's chipped up. Centering cross, one-timer attempt missed, deflects into our offensive zone. Bradshaw in pursuit. They're able to turn around and hit their forward. We're on a line change. We have Chucky and Larson in the back. They send that across Genevieve to the other side. And they pick it up in their neutral, switch the point of attack. Goes under Bradshaw's stick, goes toward Chucky. They switch it back and forth. Behind the net, back and forth. Good rebound pass. Or bounce pass, really. That goes off of a shin guard and rights in on a breakaway. Kind of gets away from her. That's swatted away by the goalie. Just didn't get quite the right touch on it that we wanted. Centering cross. Wisconsin's there to receive it. Wright tries to keep it in, and they're able to backhand that out. That goes underneath Larson's stick, and she's got one in pursuit. Chucky comes around and takes out her and Larson. Van Bergen. Wisconsin takes around the net. They have some space. They hit their breakout person. Put it into Storm's defensive zone, knock it back to their D. Centering cross goes across the mouth of the goal. Avery and Riley are in right now. Riley has it. She's battling against two Wisconsin players deep into the corner. And they walk away with it. Avery comes out. Shot near side goes wide. Pinned against the boards. Goes back to their D. Quick shot, and Avery gets it off of her skate, and she's going to skate that one up into neutral. She's still in possession. Goes up against the board. She's able to center that to Wood. They take it, and they're coming back with it. Audrey reads that and is able to turn it around. They're on a change and try to hit one of their forwards coming onto the ice, but unable to gain possession. Ross and Leighton against the boards. Wisconsin comes away with it, hits their D-man deep, and quickly bounces it up to their forwards. Avery picks it off into the corner. She's going to take it behind the net. She's got some speed, looks for some space, just sneaks past Leighton's stick, and icing. 10:27 left in the third. Storm is down 3-0. Leighton with the face-off. Gann and Cowan in the back. Wisconsin backhands it up into neutral. They pick it off, and it is a 2v2 with Tees coming onto the ice. Able to help out. Goes back into the corner to Gann. Gann's going to take it around to the other side. Gann's looking to switch the point of attack, but there's Wisconsin there to greet her. Centering cross disrupted by Genevieve, pushed back the other direction. Gann picks it up in front of the net, wings it off the yellow to Ross, unable to chip it up the boards. They wrist it in behind the net, and Gabby picks it up, but bounces over her stick. They send it across the goal of our mouth. Ross picks it up on the other side. Deflected, but in the neutral zone. They send it back. Gann has it. Shoots the candles twice, finds Ross up in the neutral zone, and them on a line change. It's 3v1, now 3v2. Cunningham pushes it forward. Ross on the other side. Cunningham looks to forecheck. Gabby reads that and chips it forward. They're going to take it behind the net again. They find some space up the middle. And Leighton comes on the ice in the neutral to press. Goes behind the net. Gabby's there. Pinned up against the boards with Leighton and Gabby battling. Referees urging them to keep feet moving. Wisconsin has it. They backhand it into Genevieve's glove. .8:41 left in the stop clock, third period. Storm is down 3-0. Leighton with the face-off. Looks like we have Smith. back there, along with Larson. Wisconsin has it in the corner. Larson battling. Oh, she meets someone head on and wins that one. I think they're gonna get her for, yeah. I'm gonna get her for checking. It looked like, you know, she didn't really mean to contact. She just kind of looked up, skated, and the player was there. But nonetheless, Storm is on their third penalty kill of the game. We have why do we have 3 players on the ice? There we go. Okay. So Leighton. Good grief. So Cheryl's with the face-off now. I have no idea what happened. Wright, Van Bergen, Leighton, Gann on the penalty kill. White moving the puck around nicely into their shape, goes off their skate. They have some time and space. They put it behind the net, bounce pass back, goes to their D-man. Storm being good and patient, keeping their defensive shape, not allowing them to penetrate. They skated around looking for a shot. That one's deflected by stick. They will go for the wraparound off of Genevieve's pad. Shoot it across the mouth of the goal. No one's home. They're able to keep it in. Goes into the corner. Leighton picks it up, goes around the yellow. It scoots past one of their sticks, but they're on the other side waiting for it. They shoot it back behind the net where they have 2 players waiting. Bounce it back to their D. Stick handle around one. Oh, backdoor and goal. 4-0 on a power play goal, Wisconsin. 7:13 left in the third. All right, so Larson Smith. Tease has it. Oh, she is greeted heavily up against the boards. No call. But she's definitely feeling that. Which just seems silly that there was no call on that. That was definitely a check. Tease is feeling better, but definitely mad about that. Up against the boards, that one scoots through to neutral. They switch it to their D-band on the other side. They're able to skate it through neutral, find some space. They bounce it off the board. Smith picks it up. She's going to take it behind the net. She tries to find outlet pass up against the boards to Wood. Unsuccessful. White has it on their backhand. They scoot it back, switch direction to their forehand. Find their D-man up on the one side. Wood is there battling. Backdoor again. Easy ball. 5-0 with 5:58 left in the third period. Leighton with the face-off, goes to Ross. Into Shingards. Goes underneath a stick. Leighton has it. She pushes it back to Riley. Riley looks for Ross, but that's disrupted. Avery finds him at the blue line. Cunningham comes from behind, unable to grab the puck, but disrupt. Riley is in the corner. That goes up the boards. Backhand to Leighton. That one's picked off. A little bit of back and forth in front of the net. Deflected shot goes wide. In the corner again, Riley and 2 Wisconsin defenders. That one's pushed back to their D, who comes up into the crease. Shot off of Genevieve. They take it around the back. Forehand, they find their D-man at the point. That one's deflected up and over. Back to the side, the D-man's there. They're gonna shoot it forward, deflected. Genevieve, a couple good saves, and another goal. Back door. Very organized Wisconsin team. As Storm chasing the puck continuously. It's like T's with the face-off, Van Bergen right. Oh no, right with the face-off. We have Van Bergen and Monahan out there. Wisconsin brings it in. Leaves Gabby with a one-on-one. Gans back in pursuit. She's able to push that one to the outside with some good hustle. Back of the corner, Gans battling. Right's there to support. D-man loads up. That one goes off of right. Interference, maybe? Oh, Gabby's going to the box. Interference in front of the net, something like that. .423 left. Storm is on a penalty kill. 6-0. Still a stop clock, which I don't know if it should be or not at this point. I didn't read those rules. Van Bergen picks it off. Although deflected, now it's coming back the other way. Wisconsin picks it up, skates it through the neutral. Cheryl's there, centering cross. Second attempt, that one goes off Genevieve, and they're not at the back door to pound that one home. Centering cross disrupted by Gann. It goes up, but we're unable to clear. Centering cross rejected by Avery. Finally able to backhand that one out of our defensive zone into neutral, but just allows Wisconsin to reset. We do have 4 back in a box scenario. Van Bergen there. She's looking a little tired, trying to kill this penalty. Their D-man chips it up against the boards. Avery's going to chase it as it goes back and behind. They bounce it to the weak side, looking for their D-man at the top of the blue line, but they were on a line change. They change it to the other D, dump it in. Cheryl's going to pick that up against the tape as it goes around behind the net. She's got some speed, but ends up overskating that. Backhands it to Wisconsin's D, waiting at the blue line. They go D to D, dump it in, off of Avery's skate. She chucks it wide and into the neutral zone. They pick it up, recycle, and they come back in to the zone with speed. Stick handle around 1. Shot, 6 save, Genevieve. They try the back door again. That one's rejected twice. It's loose puck, and Genevieve's got it covered. 2:46 left in the third. Storm is down 6-0. We're going to change lines. Storm is at full strength now, able to kill that penalty. T's with the face-off with Cunningham and Wood. Was it Cunningham? No, Bradshaw Wood. Defensive shot, Genevieve able to handle that. Face off in our defensive zone. T's with the face off. Goes back to Gabby. She banks it off the boards to Bradshaw, who's met with some physicality against the boards, and they are able to pin that. Gabby takes it back. She sends it around the other direction. Larson sends it up against the boards, and Wood's able to skate it out and put it into neutral. They pick it up and send it up to their forward, send it across ice. They're getting ready to do a line change, but decide to stay on the ice and play that puck. They switch the point of attack, find their forward on the other side, and now they're able to actually switch the lines. Looking for a shot, goes into our skate. Second attempt goes wide. They're agreed on the other side. 2 Storm players there to put it up. It goes back behind into the far corner. Back behind the net. They go for the wraparound, unsuccessful. That one's rejected out by Gabby. Goes back around the other side. And they're going to look for that backhanded shot into the crease. Storm is able to disrupt that. 1:20 left in the third period. Up against the boards. Goes back to Avery. Avery to Gabby. Gabby skates it up, chips it off the boards into neutral. Wisconsin picks it up in neutral. Backhand pass looking for their forward. That one's missed. Avery picks it up to neutral, finds Leighton, but Wisconsin picks that off. And Cheryl's in and chasing back in the back corner. She pins the girl up against the boards. They try centering cross. That one's disrupted by Genevieve and Avery. Avery tries to pick off a centering cross, and here she comes in the neutral zone. She's going to take it into the corner. She's able to shield one off into the corner. And banked off the board. Gann dumps it back in. 30 seconds left. Ross sends it back around the yellow to Gann. Gann has it. Back behind the boards. Looks for a wraparound. Avery has it on her skate. Shot. Deflected up and wide by the goalie. Otherwise on goal. They try a centering cross. That's going to go back to Cheryl in the neutral. 4 seconds left. She flings it up. That's going to go wide of the goal. And that's the game. So Storm down 6-0. And we will see you tomorrow for our second game of Central District playoffs.